Unbelievable. That's the first comment that I read today. Unbelievable. That's the first comment that I read today. Unbelievable. 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 I think hello everyone, first of all. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello even Interista. And I want to start exactly from there. I want to start exactly from there. Can you hear me and see me well, guys? Just let me know. I want to start saying something. I want to start saying something like this. Today I think it's, if we were losing the derby 4-0, I think I will be less sad, or at least less troubled than what I've been all day. The words that they were coming out last night from, I think exactly from you, Valentin. I think it was exactly you that you put a comment on one of the posts and you said, Massara and Maldini, they have an argument with Cardinale, they might be leaving. And I'm like, yeah, this is gossip, right? This is just, it's not gonna happen. It can't happen. It can happen. It can happen. It cannot happen. Because of a lot of reasons. Because we just cry Zlatan Ibrahimovic leaving the day before. It cannot happen. There you go. It cannot happen. It cannot be. It cannot be another sad day. It doesn't exist. And then there was a lot of news going on, and then every single, all my sources, they were, even the Italian one, the closest one, they were like, yeah, man, they had an argument, Maldini and Massara and Cardinale, they're gonna get fired. Because both of them, they had 1 extra year of contract. And I couldn't believe it, honestly, because yesterday's been a very long day, and I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. It's bullshit. Because sometimes, they come out this kind of, it comes out sometimes this kind of bullshit, and I'm not really pay attention to everything. But, and then it came out, the story, and I was, I remember with few of you that we talk on Instagram, I was reading your message, and I'm still today, I'm speechless. I don't even know where to start, guys. This is why I wanted to do a live, because I think if I was making a video, it was just one way to hear it, but also want to hear your point, because, bro, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It does not. It does not make any freaking sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it. It's out of nowhere. If you're always losing a derby, if I was losing a match like a derby, I would be like, oh man, I can find a reason. I can find, we have Tataruzano, Salema, the right wing. I know who to blame, right? I know who to blame. But in a situation like this, let's say, even, I'm gonna be very honest, if we were losing Leao, honestly, with you, I will be still like, I will still like sad, but I will be like, that's okay. Paolo has a plan. That's it. Because since Paolo, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago that he's been appointed as a sport director, I remember that I called a very good friend of mine, my friend Macho, and I call him. I'm like, Milan is coming back. Milan is coming back because when you have a, sorry for this noise in the background. Of course, it's my wife taking shower now, and it's very loud. But when I hear Paolo is coming back as a sport director, and in the beginning, I don't think in the beginning was sport director, but anyway, was with Leonardo, if you remember well, and then became with Boban, and then with Massara. But I was like, man, you know what? It doesn't matter what is gonna happen. It doesn't matter how Milan will do. It doesn't matter who will buy. Milan is in good hands because Paolo knows. Anything that Paolo is gonna do is because of the good of Milan. It's not gonna be for the numbers. He's gonna have a certain budget and he's gonna work his best to bring whatever result he wants to Milan. But like this, without Paolo, there is no other figure, no other person, no other manager. You cannot make a single name in the world more than Maldini to me. Because Milan, every single letter of the word Maldini, every single letter of the word Milan is in the word Maldini. He is the backbone, he's the history, he's the legacy. His father, Cesare, won the Coppa dei Campioni before being a Champions League. His son, Paolo, Champions League winner, Coppa Campioni, history of AC Milan. And now Daniel, last year, lifting the Scudetto. Look at this picture. This is one of the best pictures that I've ever taken in Champions League history. Paolo raising the cup in front of Juventus. We're talking about the legacy. We're talking about being Milanista 2000%. Paolo Maldini is Milanista from the first hair to the last hair in his body. Even though he looks very nice and young and hairless, but he's every single bones, every single muscle, if you squish it, okay, like this, it will drop red and black because he's 100% Milanista. And in football, like in life, like in business, like in everything, you need a legacy. You need a legacy. You are a brand. You are a legacy. You are a person that represents AC Milan. Whenever we're gonna have Mercato this year, imagine, where is my phone? Here. Imagine doing a mercato, a summer transfer, and your phone rings, and answer the phone is Paolo Maldini. Hey, the agent, Paolo Maldini wanna talk to you. And you are a young 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, whoever you are. But when your phone says Paolo Maldini, you pick up that phone, and the level of the brand and Milan rise. And especially if you are a defender. Just saying, if you're a defender, you cannot say to Paolo Maldini. So, this is gonna be a problem because, of course, it's gonna take out so much time on the research of the best of the. It's gonna take us time for doing the mercato because Maldini and Massara probably they already start having their own plan because we already been qualified to the next Champions League. One was a week ago against Juventus. We already had it. So it was only a matter of time now that they start playing Kamada, they start playing Loftus-Cheek. I don't know, I'm making just saying random names that previously people were already talking, oh, they're gonna do like the medical check next week for Kamada, and then during the weekend something changed. They say no, Kamada is not gonna do the medical next week, and I'm like, that's weird. I guys, as an old heart Rossonero, I have to say that I cannot agree with the decision of removing Paolo Maldini from AC Milan. I don't see any benefit. You can talk about the numbers, you can talk about statistics, you can talk about Moneyball. I don't care. I really don't care. I would rather lose the next 3 seasons, but always with Paolo in my back. That's a fact. That's a fact. It also means not having respect for the only thing that I really hope that is going to happen tomorrow. I hope with all my heart that there's going to be some kind of explanation to this. Because firing Maldini and Massara, that literally brought in Milan semi-final of Champions League, Scudetto last year, back in Champions League after so many years. They got Leao, Teo Hernandez, Mike Maignan, Kalulu, Tomori, Benasser, Tonali. The backbone of this Milan right now, it was built by Paolo Maldini, Olivier Giroud. If you fire these guys, you better have at least the balls to talk to the fan and tell exactly. I don't want to have those kind, because this is the thing. The reason why I don't like these American owners is because they think that, Italy is not America. Italy is not America, and I don't care that you have an Italian last name. I don't care if you have an Italian last name. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make you one of us. It doesn't. The thing is, Italians are not like Americans. For us, especially football, and for us supporters, football is literally like a religion. And when you have Russell Crowe, the godfather of the gladiator, that raised the cup, the main cup, the Scudettos, for several years. So when you have that kind of idol that built inside us, and you tell them, sorry mate, it's time to go, and not telling us why. But I don't want an explanation. I want to have a video. I want you put your face and telling me why he has to go. I don't want to, how you call it in English, like a report. AC Milan send a letter to their supporters. Dear AC Milan fan, I know today's been like a terrible day. If I see that, guys, honestly, I'm gonna be even more pissed. I want you do a live. That will be awesome. But I want you, Cardinale, whoever is statement. Thank you, Peter. I want you to give me the facts, and I don't care. The fact can be anything, Can be you can give me any kind of fact, which is at least I will listen it and I will try to understand it. I'm not saying that I'm gonna accept it, but at least I'm gonna listen it and I'm gonna try to understand it. Not saying that I'm gonna accept it, but at least you can tell me why, what is the reason. And I want to know why you fire Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara. Simple as that. Simple as that. Because I understand. Right, guys, I'm not reading any message because I have a lot of things that I have to say first, and then I'm gonna read all the message, okay? So I apologize, but it's the thing is we really, I don't know, from now on I lost a little bit what I was saying. I want you to put the face. That's what I want. I want you to put the face put your face and telling me why Maldini and Massara have to go. And people, and of course there's gonna be, oh, there is a better good, there is a better good, there is a better good. We do this because there is gonna be a better future. Yes, sure. Don't let me talk about this. A better future. All the wars around the world in a history of times, they always started for a better future. So even here is a better Milan future, sure. Exactly. But what about all the fans, all the love, all the atmosphere that we can say that was for the first time created after so many years in between the fan, the curva, the families, the stadium, the players, the manager, even the coach, the most criticized, but we were one. We were literally one big things all together. This year, if you've seen after the derby that we lost badly, after the final of the Supercoppa Italiana, San Siro was full every single Sunday. Even though Napoli already won the Scudetto, even though Milan was 4th, 5th and 6th sometimes, San Siro was always full. Why? Because we love this team. But we just don't love Leao. We just don't love Tonali. We just don't love Magnan. We love everyone. We understand. We love the 11 players. The 11 players on the bench. We love the players. We love Pioli. We love Paolo Maldini. We love the stadium. We love us. There was an incredible meaning that we all had together. That literally the day after Campionato was finished, boom. So I'm expecting minimum. We love Origi, especially Origi. We expecting minimum that tomorrow you're gonna tell me why. But it's like a girlfriend. It's like literally, we could see Zlatan, Maldini getting sacked and Rakan lifting the UEFA Champions League in the span of a week. Bro. That's gonna be literally the worst, one of the worst year. If that is happening, that is Jesus Christ, is hiding it. It's gonna be hiding. Also because now all the Interista, they're saying, oh, this Çalhanoğlu is like your Pirlo, your Seedorf back in the days that you gave us for free and you won the Champions League. But we can always say that, but at the end, we won the Champions League. 2 actually, not just 1. So there's gonna be always that little, that little apostrophes, that little things to say, yes, but. I feel your comments, guys. I see that already. I see them already. Ben Terere is coming. Yeah, when Zlatan wasn't there, always was chaos. Yes, bro. It's simple capitalism rule. Only money matter, nothing else. Special emotion. But this is not the football that I fell in love with. And if one day I'm not gonna watch football anymore, that is exactly the reason. That is exactly the reason. Because now, to avoid the Inter is gonna win the Champions League, I have to support probably the worst team after PSG. I think the team with the worst morality in football in the history. Literally, bro. Manchester City, literally the worst one. This is really bad, ladies and gentlemen. This is truly bad. Truly, it doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over, guys. I think there is something else. I think there is something else coming up, guys. I know, but now I start smelling burn. I think there is something else in the next few days that is about to come. Because if Paolo Maldini, with everything he done, is getting fired, Pioli is staying. Really, Pioli is staying? Unless, this is something that I was thinking today. Listen, my theory. This is just a theory. We're just talking about among Milanista. By the way, guys, you're all beautiful. 20 plus people put a like on the live stream. There you go. Amazing. Grazie. This is just my theory, okay? As a crazy Milan fan. Imagine this. Imagine now, Maldini and Massara, they're going, so they give him more power to Pioli, okay? And maybe Pioli doesn't go. I mean, maybe Pioli is not gonna stay, so they remove Pioli, and maybe they bring in a coach that can operate more in a wider way, so has more power. This is, I'm just thinking out loud, guys. Okay, so you get rid of those two first of all 2 salaries, number one, and maybe you remove those 2. It's just numbers. We're not talking about emotion anymore. Okay, we are removing those 2 players, and you bring in a coach that has more power. Of course, you're gonna pay him more. But if Pioli goes away, I think there's going to be a revolution in Milan. Minimum. Plus, I will expect him to bring some hot shot. I'm not expecting anything less than a hot shot. I'm telling you this right now. If Pioli goes, I don't want to have the Zerbi. I don't want to have another young coach that in 3 years maybe we're gonna win the campionato again. You know, I wanna have, if Pioli goes, I wanna have a solid upgrade that tells me, okay, amazing, thank you, Padre Pioli. We respect everything you did. Now we need to find a coach that has more a managerial mind and so on. I don't know, maybe it could be, guys. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's crazy how the last gift of Paolo Maldini to Milan was Rafael Leao. The extended of the contract, that was a fucking masterpiece. I'm sorry for my French, but that was a masterpiece. Extending Leao, 170 million plus to pay if another club want to comes. Only 6 million a year, same salary as Benacer. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, guys. It doesn't. It's the beginning of the end. Look at Chelsea with when Tuchel was fired. Potter, no, like Antonio Conte, no, I don't want to have Antonio Conte, bro. Just trying to be optimistic, exactly. Men, they earn a lot of money, but in this situation, they are clueless. We respect Pioli if he works, Kakska if they don't want to invest. How should we expect a top-level coach? Very true. I think, but honestly, I don't think, guys, that this is the thing. I mean, this is the things that scares me the most, because Paolo Maldini always wanted the best for Milan. But also remember one thing, is that Paolo Maldini, with all the love that we want him, but he's a very proud person, very proud, and he knows how important he is for Milan, and he knows how much Milanistas loves him. So I think like it could have been like a little bit like and to be that fast, might be some ego challenge, you know, like, oh, we need 100 million this summer. Jerry Cardinale said, sorry, we have only 50, 60. But you gave us these kind of goals, and we reach the goals, we go over the goals. So what's your excuses now? Sorry, but we have to do the stadium first. We have to look for a new metric to analyze players. It's gonna cost us a lot of money. I say, well, you gave us this, you promised us this, and you're not delivering. You know what? I'm out of the door. And Jerry Cardinale opened the door and said, see you later. Eric, ciao old art. I think this was inevitable. Clearly they didn't want Maldini in the role and wanted one of their own in Furlani to run the club. Good point, Eric. Good point, unfortunately. Yeah. But a few months ago, he said that Jerry Cardinale said it's very important that Milan and Paolo Maldini and the new club, they're gonna stay together because he's one of the important figure of the club. So we spend 3 hours together talking to each other with the future, with project, and so on. So the words that he just said, they said 6 months ago, as soon as he entered, I think was the beginning of last year, they gone. Because when Redbird, since when we have a Redbird, Cardinale, this year was it, right? Or was the year before? Try to remind me a little bit, because I think, no, last year we won the Scudetto and it was Elliott. Now we had Redbird, and Jesus, they just fired him right away. So they didn't fire him as soon as they become new owner. As soon as they finish the season, see you later. Wow, that was... wow. This is the saddest day, man. 3 years of hard work put by risk by some clown. I agree. Tayo, I think Cardinale is full of himself and letting his ego blind him. He does not even understand or respect the history of AC Milan. And Toyo Taz is completely right. It's a little bit what everyone is thinking, Toyo. It's too bad. I think the way have done this in terms of PR, public relation, I think it is bad. But it's a role where what's a PR? Is bad, but it's a role where people are hired and fired every day. And unfortunately, this is the time of one of our legend. Cardinale didn't like the fact that Maldini didn't accept the mediocrity. Cardinale didn't like the fact that Maldini accept the mediocrity. That's an interesting comment. My biggest fear is that we are becoming a talent factory in Europe, as Ajax, Borussia Dortmund, instead of being a club we were. Toyo is right. Jerry doesn't have any plan. This was his ego. And also Cardinale. Cardinale wants all the power within the club. Maldini wants freedom to do his job. Cardinale has a bigger ego than Zlatan and Mourinho combined. Finance from New York, Italian American. Yes, I guess his ego is very big. I think as a figurehead, Maldini is irreplaceable. As a director role, he's very replaceable. The same happened with Totti at Roma. We need a rule like Germany that the club have to be owned 51% of German and not an investor. Yeah. Bernd, I'm scared of transfer windows. We need new players. Our second life is horrible. Bernd, it is completely right. It is completely right. And the thing that make most upset about everything, dear Bernd, is that if Maldini and Massara, they had a little bit of time to think about, okay, what we're gonna get, who we're gonna get, and planning a little bit the summer market transfer, right now is all gone, because all the objective, everything we had, it is completely gone. So now it's going to be has to apply a new strategy following the new manager. Jerry only wants to pay back the business loan and turn this club into Red Bull in the type of feeder club, maximizing profit. Jerry did not even know we are the second most prestigious club in Europe. Loving your message, guys. Loving your message. Losing Maldini isn't just a losing of a director. He goes to all the games, he knows all the players, and he's there in every training season. His charisma and negotiation, I can't say this word right now. Negotiation, never mind. Negotiation. You got the point. Players here because Maldini calls. Yeah, I mean, as I said in the beginning of the stream, man, it's like if you're a young player and you got Maldini calling you, you know, you go. You simple as that. Maldini call you. They say, oh, they want to have you in your team. You go. You don't even think about. Oh man, Maldini was the idol of probably their parents. So as soon as they hear the word Maldini, Milan wants you, you run. You accept. This is the things, guys. This is the frustration. It scares me. Honestly, this is. We can all say, and tell me if I'm wrong, but this is the worst news of the year. This is really the worst news of the year. This is like we just lost our best player, and there is nothing that we can do about it. There is nothing that we can do about it. There is really nothing that we can do about it. I am extremely... This is Puma, guys. I don't know if you first time watching the stream, but this is Puma. This is my cat. There you go. I am extremely sad at this point. I don't even know what else to say. I don't even know what else to say, guys, because it's let me read some message. I don't think the Kamada deal will happen after this. Fact. Anis, it's disgusting dirty. Anis, how are you, man? True old heart Rossonero, Anis. Good man. Like, and it's just so wrong. They waited all the season for Maldini to renew all the players and then fired him. Everyone got played, betrayed, and disrespect the fans and the players. I don't think we as a fan we deserve another time like this. We don't really like already last year, as soon as the Campionato was finished, we won the Scudetto. Everyone was extremely happy, and they didn't renew Maldini and Massara. So here is my question. Maybe it was already something in plan. That's why they took so long to renew the contract of Maldini and Massara last year. Do you think that was like, they was not expecting that? Or do you think actually the players, not the players, but do you think actually Maldini knew it? That something like this will happen? There was a Cesare Maldini playing at Milan before Cardinale was even born. I know. Rock Award. Did you see the official statement from the club? It was one sentence. Disgusting. Actually not. It was, yeah. But did you see that, like, for example, I don't think like even the Instagram account of Milan published anything, because as soon as they publish something, it doesn't matter unless they announce Messi. Otherwise, bro, otherwise there's gonna be riot under that post. I'll tell you that. That will be like literally popcorn time. All right, can I now talk to my friends, please? Literally, I'm just waiting that Milan is gonna post something because that is gonna be really riot time. Jerry removed Maldini because he probably wants someone to sell players and make big money for his investor. Maldini was all about spending, investing. Yeah, we can't even wish. Anis say we can even wish to see the club to bet. We can't even wish to see the club to bet for him to regret because we love this club. But this will forever be the biggest shame in Milan history. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what to tell you. Maldini didn't know. He had meeting with Ruben Loftus-Cheek planned. Jonas. Yeah, I heard that. So you think that they just didn't know? So they were like just going. They already have everything planned, ready to go for the summer. Maldini has not expecting that, I guarantee. Also because if you remember well, guys, like today in Casa Milan, Maldini didn't show up, only Massara show up, but not Maldini. So Maldini must be furious. Must be furious about that. The history, ladies and gentlemen. The legacy. I said it again. Every single letter of the word Milan is in the name Maldini. I'm just saying this. How can you fire the history of the club? How? I would like to know, where do you get the balls to sack him? How? How do you do that? Where do you take the face? And as I said before, I want to see a statement tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. Midday. Maximum. Latest. I want to see a statement of Jerry Cardinale sitting down at a table, saying, this is why we do this. This is who's gonna come. This is our project. I hope I don't see, and remember these words, I hope I don't see a statement, black and white. Dear tifosi rossoneri, get the fuck out. Cardinale bases transfer of Brad Pitt film. We are gonna hire Ted Lasso. Yes, possible. We are definitely at risk of losing all our best player. No, Toyo, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't want to believe that. There was a Cesare Maldini playing at Milan even before Cardinale was even born. Did you see the official statement? I already read this. Jerry removed Maldini because he probably wants someone to sell player and make big money for investors. Maldini was about spending. We can even wish us. Yeah, remember this comment? Jonas, Maldini didn't know. He had a meeting. Okay, I read that as well. What is it? Toyo. What's going on with my mouse? Maldini aside, how can you fire someone that brought us out of the banter area and met the season objective? It doesn't make any sense. The meeting last minutes, he already decided he's gonna fire Maldini, but Maldini had no idea. He had meeting with Kamada scheduled today. That must be a third man. Statement on the website, yeah. David, Andrei, how you doing, man? Brother, all good? Man, how dare he first of all? This is how he entered inside the chat. That's what I love it. Right there. Boom! Like a tackle at minutes 90. Red card right away for Ante Rebic or Pobega. Something like this. David, man, How dare he, first of all? Boom. How dare you? Exactly. How dare you? Who are you? You just showed up 6 months ago. Who are you? Zero respect for the club, man. I hope that now we're making fun of him, and then at the end of the summer mercato, we end up with Milinkovic Savic, Ziyech, fucking Kamada, Messi, and Osimhen as a striker. Maybe Immobile. You know what? I would like to do big shopping at Lazio. Milinkovic Savic and Ciro Immobile. 2. Even though I'm not a super fan of Ciro Immobile, but Ciro Immobile scored a huge amount of goal in Serie A. That's what we need. Ciro Immobile, Lazio. But they're not. I don't think they're gonna give it because they're gonna be playing in Champions League next year. But I don't think Maldini knew it, especially after reaching the top 4. Maybe he had hopes that he gets a bigger budget for summer transfer. Yeah, I don't think either, bro. Massara didn't get fired. He left out of loyalty for Paolo. I didn't know. Joel Curvasu just made a statement. Attenzione. I'm gonna read it right away. Valentin, also Cardinale wanted to fire Maldini all along. He didn't give him anything in January when he needed investment. I start having the same doubts, brother. Yes. That's a good point of view, Valentin. Very, 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 very good point. Oh, yeah. It's a very good point. It actually is gonna make sense. 94 Peter, 94 Mass, Elliot, come back, please. We forgive you everything. Big fella, how you doing, man? Big fella. The transfer doesn't seem to be much affected by all this. Some reported. We'll see. Mr. Wolf, long time no seeing you. How you doing? What was the reason Maldini was fired? He wanted money for the transfer? Mr. Wolf. Maldini was fired. The real reason, nobody knows at the moment. That's why we were saying before that we are expecting a statement tomorrow from, at least from Cardinale, from the club itself, saying why. There are a lot of gossip around. Could be the budget, could be the relationship in between Maldini and Pioli, could be the relationship in between Maldini and Cardinale. It could be the way the Redbird invests. I honestly don't know. Nothing is clear. But Valentin, actually, now that you say, and before in the chat you said about Cardinale wanted to fire Maldini all the way along. That's why he didn't give any kind of budget for the winter mercato. That's actually is a good point. David, I think this guy doesn't even know Milan plays in Serie A. Yeah, man. Valentin is sure he knows nothing about the club. Otherwise, he wouldn't even argue with Maldini. How can you argue with an icon? How can you argue with the real owner, the real president of AC Milan? How can you argue with that? Maybe Paolo, what's the differences in between if you receive a call from, what's his name, Moncada and Paolo Maldini? Paolo Maldini, you don't even think, yes, Paolo, I'll be Milanello tomorrow. Moncada, oh, let me see if I'm gonna reply to this guy, you know. Is one of them. Peter, maybe Paolo didn't explain him once the semi-final of Champions League. We shouldn't tell him it's European Super Bowl. Bro, yeah. Cardinale said in an interview he wants to buy many clubs and move players between them. He wants to turn Milan into Red Bull. Anis, I hope not. Uncle Sharma, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know Uncle Sharma, he's a big Inter fan. He actually has a channel for Inter. And lately, as you know, Inter is doing very, very, very good. Good for them, unfortunately. So in a week time, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring all the Milan support into Manchester City, okay? To avoid the Hakan is gonna lift that cup in freaking Istanbul with Inter. That is gonna be an arrow straight into every single Milanista. And I think this week we'd already had enough. Zlatan, Paolo Maldini, fucking Jerry Cardinale. What's gonna happen tomorrow? Pioli? You tell me. And so anyway, go and check out Uncle Sharma's channel. Always a good guy, funny guy. And he think you will be fine, Moncada will cook. There's a classic gufata di Arangol Sharma that I don't believe you, man. I don't believe you. Gufata in Italians means like bringing bad luck or jinx it, I think is in English. And he's making this kind of comments because he's making fun of us. I think this is this is how I read this situation. Anyway, good to see you, man. Appreciate it. Vince Didiana, owners can obviously do what they want. However, how do you go into a room and dispose of an icon like Mr. Maldini? Just crazy. Katska, Curva statement was not that harsh as I would expect it. We will talk about this. Give me a minute, I need to go to read it. Maldini wants Milan to be at the top of Europe. Curva has no love for Maldini. I knew it. AC Milan announced that Paolo Maldini concludes his role at the club effective as the June 5th, 2023. This is the statement. So this is it. That's all they show basically. AC Milan announced that Paolo Maldini concludes his role at the club effective as of June 5th. Today is 5th or 4? 5th was yesterday. Okay, well. Moncada will sign a bunch of 15 years old, plus he doesn't know how to make players understand what Milan is like exactly like Paolo Maldini. Valentin, fellas, does Inter have a decent chance to pull this big upset? If they play 10 times, City probably will win 8 or 9. One game, anything is possible. Dear Vince Didiana, as Italian, I'm very superstitious, so I'm not going to reply to them. I'm not gonna tell you who's gonna win the final of Champions League. Even I already know who's gonna win. Moncada, what do you say? Inter fans enjoy this right now. Doesn't matter, Maldini. We will always be Milan. Exactly. So we're gonna look at that. Casca, Moncada is a top-class scout, but no manager. I believe you need a charisma, which is Paolo has for sure. Uncle Sharma, no, I'm actually serious this time. You guys really saying that some youngster like Leao, Kalulu, Tonali need Paolo Maldini to convince them to come to Milan? Come on. No, Kalulu no, but to keep Leao, yes. To keep Leao, yes. To convince Theo Hernandez, yes. I understand your point, but this is my point of view. I think Kalulu and Tonali, which was already a Milanista, it was already in. We didn't really need Maldini, but the other players, Leao, that contract, bro, it's gold. That contract, it's gold for Milan. 170 close plus 5 million a year plus 1 year and 1 million, 2 million maximum of extra. 5 years contract, bro. That's big. That's really big. So that is gold. Majid, we return to the end of decline. Nah, come on. The players are always there. Come on. The players are always there, and I'm sure if they give away Pioli as well, poof. If they give Pioli away again next year, if they give Pioli away, I'm not expecting to enter in Champions League next year. Right now. Valentin, Acerbi is gonna pocket Haaland in in the UEFA Champions League. Definitely not a jinx, yeah. Curva is still crying because Maldini called them mercenaries after 2005 finals in Istanbul, if I remember right. Yep, that's correct. I got you. You said it. You said it all, but not saying anything. Vince, you're right, man. Absolutely, they need Paolo to convince to convince them. Moncada is just some guy with a suit on offering money to them. Joel, no, who is it? Joel said. Peter, these interest fans don't understand what he says? These interest fans don't understand we don't care about success in the future. You don't disrespect Maldini like this. Fact. Theo and Leao posted photos with Maldini in a week or two ago. Did they see it coming? Anis has a point. Moncada is a good scout, but he's going to convince top players to come. He's gonna convincing top players to come to Milan. Another good point. Then we have Uncle Sharma saying, no, I understand. If Inter fired Zanetti tomorrow, it will be the same issue. I'm talking logically. Yeah. You know, guys, when we're gonna have the answer to this situation, whoever they're gonna bring in, of course, we need to rely on time. Time will give us the answer. If in 2 years you see Davide Calabria lifting the Champions League, we will come back and we will talk about that was a genius move. Even though it was a very hard move to do, let Paolo Maldini go. But if he's gonna raise the 8th cup, because right now that's the only thing that we constantly thinking right now, isn't it? This is how things change so fast in Milan in the last 3-4 years. 4 years ago, if you were qualifying to Champions League, it was the success of the season. 3 years ago, it was like, wow, this year we have a good team. Let's see if we can enter in Champions League. When we enter, the year after we won the Scudetto. After winning the Scudetto, we reached the semi-final of Champions League, not caring anymore about Italy. And now we're already thinking about the Champions League, the top clubs. I don't understand how can you change this situation. It doesn't. More I say it, it doesn't make any sense. Any sense. More I say it, 4 years ago you were not even in Champions League. 3 years ago you enter finally in Champions League and you arrive second. 2 years ago you won the Scudetto. This year you enter again in Champions League and you arrive to the semi-final of Champions League. Do you see what's going on? How can you change this situation? How? I don't know, man. You really have to. You better have a plan. That's all I'm saying. Sorry for the noise, but that's the chair. You better have a plan. You better have a big plan, because right now the supporters, they don't love you. They don't. You took out their idol, so why I should love you? Why should I love you? Yeah, exactly. Ranger, I wish I wasn't in class so I could watch this live, but I'll catch up later. Ranger he knows a lot about Red Bull. Red Bull, see, a lot about Redbird, whatever fucking animal is it. Can you swear on the channel? I think so. By the way, I just wanted to know the people that we were watching the last match of Zlat. When last time we were watching Milan Verona together, the final, the last part, and then on YouTube, what we did, I put my face on one side and we watched together from the Milan channel the farewell from Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and I was not secure to do it or not, and I did it anyway, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. Some people told me, "Oh, you're gonna get banned or whatever," and nothing happened. And then during the night, what I did, I set my video on private. Okay, so it was not public anymore. I didn't monetize it, but they still gave me like the sending emails saying there was a copyright, blah blah blah. I didn't get a strike. Anyway, I canceled that video. Is not anymore online, and I don't think I'm gonna do it anymore because it can be risky, but it was worth to try because it was the last day of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and with the 10 people live we watched it together. It was cool. So I just want to give you an update on that. Guys, we will David, I say it's time to buy Mbappe. I agree with you. I want to have Mbappe and Osimhen in the front. Leao on the other side. Perfect. Jerry Cardinale, I love you. Guys, we will finish between 4th and 6th next season. Look, I don't know if they keep Pioli. It's hard, bro. I don't know. It's fucked up. This just tells me how poor are we managed. I hope I'm wrong, but they don't know about football. Herbert, hi Fabri, how you doing? How am I doing, man? Hating the life, hating Milan life right now. Hating the life, man. Adli posting a picture of Maldini on his Instagram. Yeah, I saw that, bro. Adli is brave, but it's not hard to brave. It's not hard to be brave if they don't let you play anyway. Facts, Casca. They don't let you play anyway, so who cares, right? Herbert also say Americans want to bring democracy in AC Milan by bombarding its history. Fucking hell, man. What a mentality, man. Money mentality. My grandma doesn't know anything about football, and he asked me why Milan fired Maldini. If Milan was doing horrible job, I would say it first, but his biggest mistake is Origi and CDK. I want to talk about this in 1 second, as soon as I catch up, but this is something that I want to talk, because what I want to talk about is I want to talk about the last season mercato. Last season summer transfer mercato. I want to talk about that because it stinks so bad. Cardinale waited for Zlatan to leave before he sacked Maldini so he doesn't get drop kicked. They are after the money, couldn't care less about passion, gratitude, or any of that. One mistake, what it says here, one mistake and it's over. American business logic. I don't know. Let's don't get political, guys. Let's do this, yeah? Let's don't get into the... Let's don't focus the point that he's American. Let's avoid to talk about that, because I don't think it's... I understand you, but I don't think we can blame too much on that. Like, we can focus on the... I don't know. You have to remember that also... Well, you know. Anyway, they bought the club. and I'm sure they're gonna have a plan. The thing is that we as European, we don't understand is the way they want to reach. We don't understand it. None of European culture, because I think here we have some American and some European and some, mostly I think we are European on the chat. We don't understand this. It doesn't, it's like, I want to make Italy better. What do? Praise on the ground, Colosseum, the Pisa Tower, Venice, raise it on the ground and rebuild everything. Are you sure about that? Like the meme. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? It is exactly the same things. You want to fix a country? Sure. Raise it to the ground, delete everything. No, not everything, but delete the icon, the most iconic things. And there you go. Let me go to take the... I want to read the statement for the curva. I'm live. Right, let's read what it says. Let me find if they say something. Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's interesting because like literally on the last match of the Campionato, the curva of Milan, they show a banner, which is this one here. Can't really see. I'm gonna translate it for you, which is a banner that in Italian says: un altro anno è passato, è ora di mercato. Società, vogliamo un salto di qualità. Translation means another year passed by, it's time for a summer transfer. Club AC Milan, we need a step up in quality. That's the last message that the Curva said. That's the last message of the Curva. That's what all of us Milan fans thought. We all agree on that we got this. We just need good buying, good people to good quality player, and boom. Allora, let me translate for you the message of the Curva of Milan. I'm gonna try to translate it. So, so following the last day's event, we want to thanks with all our hearts, Paolo for the job that he's done during the last few years. Okay. So getting back together, ricucire, yeah, sealed our relationship. Sealed our relationship. It was probably the best part of your staying during Milan, during this time as a sport director. And we thank you to the job that you've done bringing Milan back, winning in Italy and be competitive in Europe. A good part of this result definitely goes to Paolo for the incredible amount of work that he did. How to say this? Especially, yeah. Especially underlined, that's the right word, underlined for the love for our color, black and red. Yes. even if they fire you, this is not going to delete the history that you did for AC Milan. Everything that you did for AC Milan. Grande capitano in campo, that means fantastic captain, numero uno, capitano, in the field, in the pitch, and outside. We don't want to talk about the club decisions. It's not our job. Here you go. It's not our job to evaluate the club and the final and the results of the managers, coach and players. Which is true. But if they don't play well, you boo them. But anyway, well, the Curva never boo anybody. Maybe the other players, yeah. But okay, well, our thoughts goes to our thoughts goes directly to the club. We want to step up in quality. This must be the only things that really matter for the club. Whoever is gonna be occupying the technical area, we have to build a team strong and able to fight in each competition. Because, and this is lovely, because the love for our colors will be above everyone forever. With Milan in our heart forever. What can we talk? What can we say about this? What can we say about this? So I think what can we say about this, guys? The Curva Sud clearly they acknowledge Paolo Maldini's work. They acknowledge the work and the whatever he did, and they are really let's say, what can I explain this? They look forward and they believe whoever is gonna be our coach, our players, our club, and whoever. They only believe in the colors, which is this is my personal opinion, which is true, because no matter what's gonna happen, because let's be honest, it doesn't matter really where Milan is gonna be playing. Even if he's playing in Serie B, we're gonna still watching Milan, isn't it? If tomorrow Milan going in Serie B, you're not gonna watch Milan anymore. Maybe you're not gonna watch every single match, but you're still gonna watch it. But for us, having the prospect, that's why it burns. I understand. They go like, we have a project, we had a freaking project, we have a family, we were all together in the same direction. They are just for the love of the colors of the jersey, which is incredible, basic, but extremely is the most important thing. Is the only things that matter. The love for the colors, the love for Milan. Which is hard. It's hard to say. It's extremely, again, basic, but it's the most important thing. What is the Curva is saying? I don't know what else to say, guys. Casca. Come on. ChatGPT will have done it better. Come on. They use the ChatGPT, okay. There is something fishy about the selling of the club. I don't think that Elliot was still in charge. It's their job to protest the incompetence of the owner. It's our job to evaluate the team as fans. That's what we do. Curva Sud has not spine. Curva Sud, weakest fan base in the world. At least demand an explanation from Jerry, not that nonsense statement. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah. Curva Sud washing their hands. Peter, 94 Mass, exact. That is it. You guys are all. You're all right with your comments. We are all right. They just wash their hands. They're like, we don't care. We're gonna be supporting Milan. Doesn't matter who's there. It would be nice if the Curva Sud will take a position to protect Paolo. That would be actually a good idea. That would be actually a better idea, I think, if they were protecting Paolo a little bit, but show just a little bit of, you know. Anyway, we thought that we were all friends, you see. I see that. Mike Magnan posting the story. Yeah, it's beautiful, and they know. But Yashin Adli posting another story about the. It's crazy, man. It's so sad. It's like. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I could have write a better statement with the 5 Italian words I know. I think Maldini was right in 2005. Curva took money from Jerry. Casca say Magic might just share a story. Okay, watch it. Jerry is out of control. In absence of Tom. Tom and Jerry, right? Yeah. I say support Milan, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to pretend everything is okay. It's not Herbert. This is nothing optimistic about move. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. It's I'm expecting something else is gonna happen in the next few days. Remember this word from old Harold Sonero that is gonna be here. And to wrap up, ladies and gentlemen, because it's already 73 minutes of talking, and I start to become exhausted. Also because it's all day that I've been talking for work. Let's do a quick recap. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense, guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. Honestly, I hope the key players do not leave the club. Guys, I think it's I don't think the players are at risk. Look, if Pioli goes, then I'm afraid. Then I'm really afraid because Maldini was that why Maldini helped a lot. Maldini was like every single training he was there, every single match he was there. It was like stepping back in time. Remember when there was Berlusconi and Galliani, especially Galliani was going every single Sunday. It was also a way like, you know, when it was also a way like, for example, when Paolo was going to, I don't know, Napoli, to Roma, to Torino, or to any other stadium around the world. And on the tribuna, people were watching, there was Paolo Maldini. They knew that was the man was here. The man was here. Paolo Maldini. People ask him, even Marcelo, Sergio Ramos, Puyol, anybody, even Messi, asking for pictures because he's a legend of the game. And that just simply improve the visibility, the brand of Milan. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this choice. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. I don't find any nowadays. If before I was sleeping nice and easy and I was happy, now I'm not sleeping any more happy because I don't know if they're doing this for money or for because it's good. Because Paolo will be always looking after us. Paolo, it's a dynasty. I remember, I think was my. If you have some time to waste, go down in my channel, check out my first ever video of the channel. It is a Milan Venezia. And then one of the other video number 2 or 3 or 4, I honestly don't recall. I say that why is important. I made a video and I said why is important to having Maldini in a club, because that's for me was the basic. That's for me it still is the basic, having a Milanista in the club. Anyway, a quick recap, ladies and gentlemen. We started the stream today talking about Paolo Maldini that is been fired by the club, by Red Bird, with the leader of Jerry Cardinale, and everything started as a normal conversation, and then some gossip came out about not a friendly talks, and there might be some results like Paolo Maldini might split from Milan, which is crazy to think. And in not even few hours the news came out and really Maldini is out from Milan. 24 hours ago, no, let's say 36 hours ago, we didn't even know what was gonna happen, and actually did happen. We as a Milan fan today, it's probably the saddest day of the entire season. Let's be very honest. Today is the saddest day of the entire season. I will rather have lost the derby 4-0 than losing Paolo Maldini. I will rather probably even lose Rafael Leao rather than losing Paolo Maldini. Paolo Maldini is the history, is the legacy of the city of Milan, of the colors of Milan, and has a certain kind of appeal into players, has a certain appeal also into into the players, into the supporters. But like this, whoever will come later hopefully is very good with numbers, and he can follow Milan like Paolo was following, because he did an incredible. In 5 years he brought a team of terrible, that we were not able even to entering into Europa League, into entering back to Champions League, winning the Scudetto and semi-final of Champions League, which is an incredible thing. I don't have any more words to say about today, guys, because I'm exhausted, and honestly I'm super sad. Gosh. Okay. Next live stream title will be Mike left for Chelsea. Can we trust Vasquez? No. Vasquez no, but Tata Rusano another year, brother. Fucking hell, man. Another year. We will find out very quickly, as Rangers say, now whether Cardinale is more like Daniel Levy or of Tottenham, or more like the owners of Brighton. Those are two paths. Instability or consistency and overperforming. We will see. Mirante gonna be the third goalkeeper again next year, so why did they get Vasquez for? Another points. So apparently, this is a fact. This is something that's an interesting story that I read today about Herbert that just said Mirante. So do you remember that we got Mirante? So Mirante was retired. He was not playing at football anymore. Then we got Mike Magnan injured. We played with Tatarusano, and in winter we called back Mirante um, from retirement so he can play for Milan. And by in the same times we took Mirante and also Vasquez. He's a new nice prospect. What's happening now is that they're gonna renew the contract of Mirante. Why? Because Mirante has an Italian passport. Vasquez does not have. That means on the total count of passport, you're gonna have another space for an international player, because you can have only a certain amount of international player on your team. So with Mirante back as Italian and Vasquez, which is not Italian, that means we're gonna have one more spot for an international player. But the questions, of course, is why the fuck did you buy Vasquez? He never played. Yesterday was probably the first time that he's ever been on the pitch. What's the point? Mirante stays, Batata leaves, right? Yep. Bruh, it's gonna be awkward when Daniel comes back from Spezia. This is another thing. Imagine when dinner time, family times. Paolo, father, why Milan sack you? Why? Because of this, and that. Good. So Daniel Maldini comes back to Milanello. He's very close to Salemaker, Leao, and others. So gossip that goes around, and that could be destructive. Why? Because Milan doesn't have money, doesn't have project, or because they have different agreement. We don't know. Paolo firing is so heartless. No way they keep Daniel. Incredible. Football Cash, ladies and gentlemen, another star of YouTube. If you don't know, make sure to check his channel, Football Cash, Kush. I don't know how to say that. And just double check it. Go and check out his channel. Talks always about big Milan fan. He just made a very good video about Maldini leaving and Maldini get fired. And always do some good recap about Milan, what is going on with Milan. It does incredible video every time I watch it. I'm like, bro, good man. Like, those videos, they're fire, really. If I had the same time and passion that you have, man, and because you're fast as well, because in a few hours they're out. So really good job, man. Appreciate that you coming to the chat as well. Hopefully in the future we can do. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a live when Milan is gonna announce Milinkovic Savic. Okay? No, we're gonna do a live when tomorrow they're gonna sack Pioli. Yeah, I don't think it's over, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over, guys. I don't think it's over, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're gonna have another surprise in the next few days. I start smelling burn. There is something behind. If Maldini leaves, that means something is about to happen. Having anxiety attacks? Yes. Everyone is having it right now. What can we do, man? I'm speechless. By the way, guys, thank you, all of you. If you're on StreamYard, send me a link, I'll come on. I'm not on StreamYard. I'm not on StreamYard right now. I'm not. I'm doing the stream from my phone, bro. Can I invite you on here? No, I can't. Let's do now. Oh, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna be extremely exhausted, but Enric, this whole situation is sad. No. Nothing is going to make up for this loss. Maybe Mbappe and Osimhen. Ah, God, no, no, I'm on my phone, and I was about to finish because I'm exhausted. Football, let's do it another time. Let's do it. I'll send you a message on. I'll send you a message on Instagram. Okay, next time we're gonna do something together. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. I think it's time for another therapy session with Football Drone. Yeah, Football Drone, man. Football Drone. Football Cash. Oh, gosh, an old hard collab live stream. It's time to do it. Football Drone now, guys, is doing videos for. He has his own podcast now for a channel that talk about investments. Don't know if you guys know if you are interested into investment, but Football Drone right now is doing videos. His channel, I'll tell you what's his channel, so you can see him, because also Football Drone is like always make video, not about himself but about sketching and stuff. Always Forza Milan, always Herbert, always Forza Milan. His channel is called. Oh man, what's his name? I can't really find it, man. It's called From Rookie to no, Rookie to Reach, something like this. I can't really find it, man. Let me see if I can see it here. Rookies to Riches. Rookies to Reach. And it's a video that they talk about investment. That's his channel. Good. Rookies to Riches. It's something like this. Rookies to Riches. It's quite interesting, yeah. It just I think it's 5 or 6 videos maybe he got, but it's interesting. But we will need a therapy sessions, yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks all of you that decide to come to cry tonight for Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara that they're leaving AC Milan. We've been here when Milan lost 5-0. No, sorry, when was it? 4-0 against Lazio. We were here when Milan lost 5-2 against Sassuolo. We were here when we lost 3-0 in a Supercoppa Supercoppa against Inter. We were here when we lost last minute against Torino in the Coppa Italia. We were here when we lost 2 derbies against Inter. And we were here when the new ownership decided to fire an iconic figure like our beloved Paolo Maldini. Because you know what? We're gonna be always here because we love this team. We love the color, and we believe in this young AC Milan all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you have a good night. Thank you to join the stream. Thanks to put like. Always Forza Milan. And believe. Ciao.